Hey guys, this is Spades from TurboKingsPoker.com. In today's video, we'll be focusing on defending our blinds versus steals, which are basically open raises from the cutoff, button, or small blind. And for many players, especially at the low stakes, this is a very common league. People are folding way too much and definitely not 3-betting enough versus those opens either. So let's take a look and help you actually identify those spots in your own database and, more importantly, improve on that play. In front of us, we have the normal full ring positional report. And in order for us to find those numbers, we need to add a few stats. So let's go to the right and click on Select Stats. And we need to add the small blind folds to steal. It's right here. The big blind folds to steal. The small blind re-steal versus steal, and then the big blind re-steal versus the steal. Once we added those 4 stats, again, we can move them into a different position to the front of the report. So small blind folds to steal, small blind re-steal right behind it, and then the big blind I like to have in front of it, but arrange it however you feel comfortable. Once you have it, click on OK, and those 4 positions will be added to the report, or those 4 statistics, I should rather say. And we'll be looking again at the big blind and the small blind, how they defend versus those steals. Before we identify how our student is doing in those spots, let's identify what the optimal frequencies are for each of these situations first. Let's start with the big blind folds to steal. Here we expect to see something around 35%. It depends a little bit on the stack sizes that differ obviously throughout tournament stages, as well as the raise size that our opponents are using. So versus min raises, we will defend a little bit more. Versus bigger sizings, we'll defend less. And then obviously in later stages, when there's a bunch of short stacks and they start shoving aggressively, we will fold a lot, but overall, across all those situations, it roughly comes out to somewhere around 35%. So seeing our student here at 55.5, we definitely know that this student or this player is not playing enough big blinds and is folding way too much. For the small blind, we expect this number to be around 73%, 72, 73. The same limitations that we just discussed, like what's the open raise size, what's the stack size, apply here as well. But roughly, we want to see 72, 73% folds to steal here. So again, at 76, this is elevated. And this player could definitely find 3-4% more hands to play. But it's not quite as significant as the big blind, where the overfolding is like immense, right? Nevertheless, both positions need to be playing more hands. As far as re-stealing, we expect both re-steal numbers from the big blind and the small blind to be somewhere around 16 to 18%. So from the small blind, we see 15.5% 3-bets. Again, needs to be like 2% higher. From the big blind, we only see 8. And this is a huge change, right? So this is a major league, because 8% doesn't sound much, but to go from 8.5 to 16.5, but it's actually double, right? So we need to see that this student gets to re-steal versus late position opens twice as much as he does right now, which is a huge change. So again, look for those stats in your own database, identify these spots, and see that you improve your game.